Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations! All of you have been pranked. And yeah, well, myself included, because Eiichiro Oda today, this week with chapter 1044, literally broke the record for the biggest troll, for the biggest prank in human history. He literally took that crown and made it his own. What the fuck, man? This chapter literally had me like this.
Oh shit!
6.5 hours later.
Then I tried to calm myself, I tried to focus, I reread that part from the Gorosei and what they said about Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Mi. So I read that again, I tried to calm myself, and then I realized and I was like this.
Oh my god!
A few moments later.
After that, I tried to calm down again, then I hit up one of my friends, one of my good friends, and I asked him, hey dude, am I going nuts or did I read this correctly? What are your thoughts on this? And he sent me this picture.
Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly. So again, what the fuck, Oda?
One eternity later.
25 years of story in One Piece were just a huge fat lie. He just lied into our faces, but at the same time he gave us hints this entire time. Go again and read the chapter with Who's Who and Jinbei's fight. There Who's Who is talking about that he had to protect the Gomu Gomu no Mi as a Cypher Pole agent, and he's also telling the story about Nika. And it's like, oh my god, Eiichiro Oda the entire time was so much in your face this entire time, but none of us would have suggested this. None of us would ever had the slightest idea that he was about to do this with the Gomu Gomu no Mi. This mother effer, he took Luffy's devil fruit, which we all thought for 25 years that it would be a paramecia fruit, that would be a devil fruit of the group Paramecia, but no. Eiichiro Oda said, fuck that. This thing is actually a mythical Zoan fruit, and it is the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. Fuck off, man, fuck off. 25 years of lies. And you know how bad this is? This is literally shit. But at the same time, it's so epic. What the fuck, man? I need to cancel shit.
One eternity later.
It turns out that Luffy's actual fruit this entire time was a mythological Zoan fruit, and he had this entire time the Hito Hito no Mi human fruit, and it is the model Nika, named after the sun god Nika. And Luffy this entire chapter is just laughing his ass off on everything, and he literally pulls out from, you know the movie from Jim Carrey, The Mask, he literally pulls that out. I mean, it also is a combination of Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry. It is so freaky cartoony, but at the same time it's so epic, and it is hilarious. The way he took Kaido and spun him around and smashed him in the ground and his eyes popping out. It was straight up cartoon. It was anime mixed with cartoon, but you literally had to laugh at this. It was funny as shit. I still gotta calm myself. I still cannot realize all of that. My brain stopped progressing in this chapter. My brain had to stop every function to realize what is going on.
My back! Oh, my back!
I am watching One Piece ever since I was 6 years old, right? And everything was a lie. Luffy is made out of rubber, sure, but he's not the Gomu Gomu no Mi user. It had a different name and it is a different fruit. And not only is Eiichiro Oda revealing the name of the fruit this week, he literally gave us Gear 5. And at the end, Luffy is laughing, he's standing there, and 5th gear it is. His awakening of his Gomu Gomu no Mi, or aka his Hito Hito no Mi mythical Zoan model Nika fruit awakening is this, Gear 5. and he is laughing. He is laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing, and it does not stop. His title, the title of Joy Boy, seems pretty fitting, and now it makes sense why he was Joy Boy this entire time, because he laughs and he makes everybody else laugh, and that is the ability of the Nika fruit. OMG, I still cannot progress this shit. So we start off the chapter where we left off in 1043. 1044 starts off with the seas. We see Zunisha, we see the world government ships in the seas, and Luffy is talking. We do not see him first of all, but he's talking. He's like, what the hell happened to me? Why am I still alive? Why am I still conscious? I lost the fight, right? So what is going on? And he laughs. We see black lightning coming out of his body, which is his King's Haki. His Haoshoku no Haki is active. It is active, and most likely it is stronger than ever, because in the heat of the battle, Haki grows, and Luffy's Haki must be disgusting. Later on, he crushes even parts of the ceiling with his King's Haki alone, and that is disgusting. Momonosuke is looking up and he looks horrified. He looks terrified, he looks in shock, he's shaking, he's sweating, you name it, everything. He looks up and he's like, shit, this is Joy Boy. And probably with his voice of all things, he can also feel the presence of Joy Boy as Luffy with his new Joy Boy abilities. And Yamato is also reacting, and she's like, hey, what the hell are you doing, man? You said Joy Boy. Is this what Zunisha just said? Is Joy Boy here? Fuck yes, Joy Boy is here, and it is Luffy. Oh, by the way, he has not the Gomu Gomu no Mi, he has the freaking Hito Hito no Mi mythical Zoan Nika. Did I say that already? Of course I said it. What the hell? We go to different parts of the castle, we go to the pleasure hall, we can see Sanji, he's getting recovered by one of the geisha girls, and he is feeling Luffy's presence. And he feels, oh shit, Luffy, I can feel you, you're back. And also, Kid is sensing him, Law is sensing him, Hyogoro is sensing him, and even Marco is like, Mugiwara, hey, that's right, guys, I can feel him, and he's calming down Nami and Tama because they are crying ape shit. They are like, no, he's alive, or is he really alive? And Marco is, yes, he is alive, calm down. And they are happy about it, of course they are happy. So, we continue from there. Oh, and by the way, mention Sanji on the cover page. We can see Yonji and Niji, and they're getting experimented by the Big Mom pirates. But guess what, Big Mom children? This is not gonna work because they have disgusting exoskeletons, which also Sanji now has activated. Those things in the next cover chapter will break. We will see that. But getting away from there, we have to talk about more hype shit. Because Oda did not end Act 3 this entire time, he is giving us interceptions like this with the Gorosei and Mary Jo, and with this we get it another time. And this time the Gorosei are talking again about the situations at Wano Kuni, and they are talking about if it truly was a good idea to let that Cypher Paul Zero agent with the mask go down like that and to sacrifice him. The one with the dreadlock, Cypher Paul, the Gorosei member is saying, yeah, don't worry about him. It was a necessary sacrifice to cover up worse things that could have happened. But guess what, Gorosei? Because of your actions, the one thing you guys did not want to happen actually happened now. And it is your fault. Isn't this ironic? Whatever. Then they are talking about the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And now things are getting out of hand because this is too much input, this is too many informations. They are saying that the world government for ages, with every era the world government existed for the past 800 years, they tried to get their hands on the Gomu Gomu no Mi, but it always seemed like that the Gomu Gomu no Mi resisted getting captured by the world government. It always found a way to get away from the world government. And I'm like, hold on a second, why? And then the other Gorosei member is saying, well, this is no-brainer because Zoan devil fruits have their minds. They have a mind of their own. And there I stopped because of two reasons. First, they'll say Zoan devil fruits are unique because they have a mind of their own. But then again, I was like, oh, wait a second, you're talking about the Gomu Gomu no Mi, why are you mentioning Zoan fruits now? And there comes the next part. And the other member is saying, yes, this is no-brainer, true, but the Gomu Gomu no Mi back in the day had a different name. And that name actually was the Hito no Mi Mythical Zoan Model Nika. Now, just get this in your head. You've been lied to for 25 years, and I don't know if Eiichiro Oda in 97, when he started this thing, had this idea already that he was like, you know what? Luffy is now he's made out of rubber, his fruit is called Gomu Gomu no Mi, but in 25 years I will change that and make the biggest surprise ever. I don't know if a young Eiichiro Oda back in the day with his, what was he, 22, 23 years old, had already this idea for Luffy. I do not know that. Maybe he just changed it with time, but this is crazy, and he gave us so many hints over this story. Everything was hinted in this span of 25 years, but we couldn't see it. This revelation, this is too much. My brain does not function. It is like this one SpongeBob episode where his brain just stopped functioning, everything is burning because of too much input. What's up with the Gorosei? You guys, have you been there for 800 years? What the hell is going on? Why do Zoan fruits have a mind of their own? We need to get to Vegapunk as soon as possible. Who made those fruits? Who made them, man? Was it God? Did God make them? The God of One Piece? Then they say Zoan devil fruits have a mind of their own, and that's why the world government never was able to find the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And then I'm like, okay, Shanks, on the other hand, is looking very sus right now. What the hell is going on with Shanks then? Did he know that? Did he know the real name of the Gomu Gomu no Mi? Was he like, yeah, this thing actually is called Hito no Mi Model Nika, and whoever will eat that will become Joy Boy? Did Shanks know that? And was that the reason why he stole it from Who's Who? Or was Shanks directly ordered from the Gorosei even back in the day to steal that thing for them? What is going on? What is Shanks now an evil character? Is he a double agent? He's looking very sus right now, but I would hate the idea if Shanks at the end of the day, when he and Luffy have their reunion, he backstabs him and he's like, I was using you, I was evil the entire time. I would hate that idea. I would take everything and smash it into the ground. This would destroy the story for me. The moment the blonde Gorosei guy says the name that it is called Hito no Mi Model Nika, we get this amazing panel of Luffy and the full moon behind him, and he is smiling. He's completely black in silhouette and shadows, but he's looking like that Nika flashback we've gotten from Who's Who's side of story, and he looks like Nika. So his Gomu Gomu no Mi abilities are now advanced, or better said, his Nika form is now stronger than ever due to his awakening. He at will is now freely able to do whatever he likes. It's basically like Luffy can now use gear 1 to 4, and you could even take Nightmare Luffy from Thriller Bark, add that in there, plus add some, and this is Luffy's gear 5, and this is his awakening. He can do whatever he wants with his Gomu Gomu no Mi ability. He has more strength, more flexibility, everything is better with this. He is the warrior of liberation. Everywhere he went, he made people laugh. Nika, Joy Boy. No wonder he has that title. And then the biggest what the fuck moment was, this is the craziest power ability in the world. Wow! Whitebeard had the Gura Gura no Mi. With that he could destroy the world. Akainu is said to have the most destructive devil fruit ability in the world as a Logia user. Blackbeard has the strongest Logia devil fruit with his darkness fruit. But then there is Luffy, and he has the most craziest ability in the One Piece world with this fruit, with this Nika fruit. So, which means he, as the Joy Boy who brings the dawn, the light of the world, he will wreck Blackbeard's shit at the end of the day. Blackbeard's darkness can't do shit to him then. Or it may cancel out his ability, but another story, another case. We go to the part with Orochi and Yuri, and I was shocked about it. I thought we would literally go into fighting again, but no, Eiichiro Oda said, you know what, we need this now. We see Orochi and Yuri, and thank God Orochi is burning at the end, and he's probably dying, and he will be dead with the next chapters. I hope he stays dead. So what happens here? Hiyori is playing her shamisen, Orochi is still trapped there, and she's talking to him and be like, you know what, you said to my father 20 years ago, you said when he can endure and dance every day, you and Kaido will leave Wano Kuni forever. My father did this for 5 years. He even endured 1 hour of boiling in hot oil, and he was so strong, he was so tough. All this pain he received, he kept it for himself. This was Kozuki Oden. And of course, Orochi, that piece of shit, trapped there. He's like, no, I respect him. I also respected your father. Kaido made me do all of this. I am just a victim. Come on, please take this shit out of me and we can go together away from there. No, fuck you. You stay there, bitch. You stay there. And you can see in the panels, Hiyori is playing this, but she's starting to shake a bit because of her anger. We get a little flashback from Hiyori's point of view, and Oden in the flashback is asking her, hey, what's wrong, Hiyori? Why are you crying? And she, as a child, was even asking her father back in the day, why aren't you sad that people are saying bad stuff about you? And Oden, of course, said, no, of course not. I have you guys. I have you, your brother, your mother. You guys are my sunshine. You guys are my light. You give me hope, you give me strength. And those words, of course, can stay within a child, and those can be prominent for the rest of your life and motivate you in a bad situation, in times in your life where you are really feeling shit. And these are the words she remembers. And what does she do next? Because Orochi afterwards is saying, oh no, I'm the shogun, I will respect your father even more, I never hated him and shit like this. Fuck off. She is taking her mask off, and we see this huge panel of her, how she is crying and yelling at him, my name is Kozuki Hiyori, so be silent, you impudent shit. And that panel actually looked beautiful. The way Oda drew Hiyori there with her tears and her eyes, I liked it a lot. That panel looked very beautiful. I say it again, I always say that Hiyori has guts. She is very brave, and therefore she's the perfect life partner for Roronoa Zoro, because Zoro is also fearless. And look at Hiyori, she is in pure rage and she hates this one guy, but she does not fear him. And she does what needs to be done, and that's why props to you, girl. Again, props to you. After that announcement, Orochi of course is scared. Yuri comes at him and she's like, well, you know, I had nothing, I starved, I had no clothing, no right clothing, but I endured everything for this moment. But at that one time she says that, there comes in that Kazanbo yokai creature from Kanjiro. I never would have believed that we will see that thing again. But it somehow survived that huge ass explosion from Big Mom a few chapters ago, and it is tiny now. Of course, Orochi is happy to see it, and it's like, oh, Kanjiro, now you're here. Please come kill this woman, burn her to death. That yokai creature, of course, is just saying the same thing. Orochi, sama, I failed. There happens the reverse effect. Orochi commands it to burn Hiyori, but that thing goes to Orochi and burns him. It's so ironic, because before that he was laughing again because he thought he had the upper hand again, and he was like, ha, you see that, Yuri? You and your family, you guys are doomed to end in tragedy and burn to death. Your mother burned, your father burned in oil, and now you're going to burn. Guess what? No. This is now irony. The one thing you command to kill a Kozuki in fire does not obey you, and it touches you and you burn and die under rubble in your castle. Well, it's Kaido's castle, but you get the idea. So, what happened 20 years ago is now happening to him. Fucking die, you piece of shit. I hope he's dead for good. That snake. Yuri looks at him, she's looking down, she's crying, and she's like, the dawn will come. And then I'm like, yes, this is the sentence I love, and it gives me shivers every time. The one with the D initial in his name, Monkey D. Luffy, Monkey Dawn Luffy, who has now awakened his Nika fruit, which was the Gomu Gomu no Mi previously, is now Joy Boy, and he will bring the dawn, he will bring smiles and laughs to people. Funny how the true, real smile devil fruit will now defeat Kaido at the end of the day, who had fake smile, artificial smile fruits to gather his huge ass army. We see a shot of the full moon. Luffy is jumping up and he's all bouncy and raw and everything, and he's like, I can feel my heartbeat, it's so funny, I can feel everything with this form, this is my peak form, I have strength, I can do everything I want, I can feel it. And this is it, he says, Gear 5th. And I was like, yes, this is it, man. I wanted to hear that. Gear 5 it is. Gear 5 is here. Not only the new name revelation, we have Gear 5. It is on. Luffy is there. Gear 5. We have the potential final gear. And he can do everything he wants with his ability now. And what does he do afterwards? He shoots out his King's Haki wave from the roof downstairs into the castle. We see huge ass King's Haki lightning strikes, and he knocks out Kaido's men. A huge part of Kaido's men are getting knocked out because of Luffy's Haki. You can even see at the ceiling, they crumbles the ceiling up, and his Haki now can do what Shanks' Haki could do. He can damage interiors, and I love that. Kaido, of course, is looking up. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Who is doing that at the roof? But then he realizes it can't be, right? He has this shocked face. He's like, nah, this can't be. Yes, it can be, and it is happening, boy. Kaido's men are screaming, of course, what the hell is going on? Our men are getting knocked out by this wave of King's Haki. What the hell is happening? And at the same moment, in comes a huge ass hand from Luffy. And I looked at it and I was like, wait a second, I think this hand he created now is even bigger than his Gear 3rd hands. This looks quite bigger. He grabs Kaido. He grabs him like a little rattlesnake and he's like, come here, little snakey. Kid looks up, he's like, Mugiwara, is that you? Chopper is crying at the corner, he's like, oh my god, you can see Trafalgar Law, he's reacting to this, everybody's reacting to this, and Luffy just grabs Kaido like this and he takes him upstairs, but then something really funny happens to Kaido. His eyes pop out and it looks like he gets all cartoony, which I can assume as the following. Luffy's awakening ability of his Nika fruit, his Gomu Gomu no Mi, his rubber abilities are also now infused to his opponents, and he can also now somehow use his powers to put these things into his opponents, and that's why Kaido's eyes are so freaky and they're popping out. So he influences his opponent's body structure, everything with his own ability. We see a shot of Luffy's smile as he grabs Kaido, Kaido's eyes pop out, and now he's at the roof and all the people downstairs, they're reacting. What the fuck was that? What is going on now? From there we get Looney Tunes, 100,000% Looney Tunes action. Luffy grabs Kaido, he swings him around aggressively, he laughs his ass off while he does that, and he slams Kaido a few times on the ground. But before he does that, he has managed to put himself a bit more muscle on his body, and he has those gorilla arms. So at will, Luffy can change the shape of his body with his awakening, and out of nowhere he looked like he is in Gear 4 Bound Man, but with bigger arms. And he takes him, you can see a shot where he has him, and then he slams him on the ground left and right. It's like, holy shit, where did you get the power out of nowhere? His awakening allows him to do that. And this is crazy. Then he slams Kaido on the ground and he laughs. The Nika awakening makes Luffy laugh. The entire time he laughs about everything. Luffy is still himself and I love that, but he has now this laughing tick. He needs to laugh because he's full of happiness, full of joy. And this is the effect of his awakening with the Nika fruit. And then Kaido will have the best time of his life with the next chapters when Luffy beats the shit out of him. He will be so happy. He will have also joy that finally someone wrecks his shit. Kaido will be in pure joy mode. We can see Kaido's all dizzy and shit. He looks still a bit cartoony and then he realizes, Mugiwara, it's you. Fucking finally, I thought I literally killed you. Thank God you're okay. Thank you, you're alive, man. Really. But before that, let me thank you like this. And he shoots a ball of breath at him. First he's like, oh thank God you're alive, and he shoots a ball of breath at him. Is this your way to say thank you, man? Luffy is laughing, the ball of breath comes at him, and then he realizes, oh snap, and his mouth falls down, his tongue is out, his eyes pop out. He looks straight like the mask, the movie The Mask from Jim Carrey. He has this straight same expression. It is hilarious as shit. Luffy takes the ground, and now his awakening also allows him to make everything around him into rubber, or everything he touches becomes rubber. Grabs the ground, pulls it up, and Kaido's ball of breath hits the ground Luffy just put up, and because it is now rubber, it does not get destroyed. And Luffy then is again putting on muscle, he's reverting back and shooting the ball of breath back at Kaido, and there's a huge ass explosion. We see Luffy laughing like this, like a maniac, he has the best time of his life. And then Kaido is up again in his dragon form and he's like, Mugiwara, I wanted to apologize. I did not want to win like this in our fight before. And Luffy is like, he's looking, and we see his face with his awakening face. His eyebrows are all curly, they look like a bit of Sanji's eyebrows. His eyes look like them from Zunisha or from Mihawk. And he's looking at Kaido and he's smiling and he's like, hey, don't mention it, no worries. Let's end this fight. Luffy will wreck Kaido's shit with the next chapters. This will be phenomenal. But at the same time, I'm afraid that Luffy might be the strongest motherfucker in this verse right now. I'm afraid that Luffy might be the strongest dude ever. This could actually be the case. Well, we will see how he will do against Kaido in his last round now, and I think with this we can now measure him up a bit better. But as it seems like now, Luffy looks pretty unstoppable, and it is hilarious and great and epic. I loved all of this. True Joy Boy is now here, the one who will bring the dawn, who will free the land with the powers of Sun God Nika. Joy Boy Luffy is here. Oda 20 years ago tried to free his people with a fake, false joy because he had an agreement with Kaido and Orochi, and he laughed and danced kinda like Nika, kinda like Joy Boy. But it did a reverse effect. People laughed at him and they started to hate him, and there was no actual joy, and he at the end died. But Luffy is the Joy Boy and he will just do this. I can't fucking wait for the next chapter. I don't know how I'm going to survive 1 week like this. And this chapter was everything. This is literally, if not the best One Piece chapter we've gotten ever. This could be actually the best One Piece chapter ever. Better than Ultimate with the Yonko bounties. Better than Kaido's introduction back in the day, maybe better than chapter 1010 with King Advanced King's Haki infusions. Oh my god, this is everything, man. I still need to progress everything. My brain cannot keep up with this. Okay guys, it's your turn. I need to calm myself down. This was way too much input. This is so great and I can't keep up. Write down in the comments what you thought of this chapter. Please leave a like, leave a comment, share this. I gotta catch you next week with the next chapter. Things are getting huge, things are going crazy, things are so unpredictable. Oda proves every time that this is his manga and we cannot know what he will do next. So this is fucking amazing. Your turn. Gotta catch you guys later for next time. Bye.